Hello, guys. Good afternoon, Marcos and Diogo.
Hello, guys.
How are you guys?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes, I can.
sorry.
No,
I'm
no problem.
I'm driving and I will try to participate this immersion uh, in this moment. But in my cell, I don't get it to start the video, only
Oh,
audio.
okay, Diogo. No problem. Okay.
If my connection is bad or if I am too how can I say atrapalhando this immersion, can you tell me? Because
Mm-hmm.
I can go out without problems, you know.
Okay. And don't worry. I tell you if there is something. And okay. Okay. Good afternoon, Yasmin.
Ah, now I get it. Hello.
Mhm. Hello.
Good
Okay,
afternoon,
guys.
guys.
Good afternoon. We are live on YouTube now, and before we start, I will explain a little bit how Talking Talk works. Talking Talk is a language conversation platform for beginning, intermediate, and advanced speakers. And here you can practice English, Spanish, French, Italy, and Mandarin so far. And Talking Talk is a space to practice our speak, and it's not a class. I need to remind you guys, it's not a class. I'm not a teacher. In fact, I'm far away from being a teacher. I'm just a, a learner as you. And but we can learn together. We can talk to each other, and this way we can improve our confidence. Uh, we can improve uh, our comfort way to speak a foreign language. Yeah. So now I will switch us, okay, to make our conversation flow better. And I will ask you guys in another room, please introduce yourself to each other. Because when you introduce ourselves, we can like break the ice, and I think it can help us to start speaking. It's good to know each other before, okay? And to be, of course, don't forget to be respectful, to be kind, to be empathetic, and don't correct other people's speech unless someone asks you, of course. And once I think there is the main tip, I would say enjoy this immersion as much as possible for you, okay? Um, okay, now I will switch us, please. Uh, just a minute. Guys, if you receive an invitation, please click on it. In more or less 10 minutes before I end the meeting, I will bring you all back, okay, to know how was the conversation for you all. Okay. With me are Felipe and Marcos. Can you see the question, guys?
Yes.
Yeah? Guys, I introduced myself before.
Okay.
My name is Ayla. I live in Belém. I was born here. I'm married. I have one daughter. And I'm a dog person. I'm passionate for pets. And I have a little dog. I started studying English after the pandemic, and I found talking in August 2021, and since then I've been trying to improve my English skills in general, to improve my confidence. And this year, since February this year, I decided to become a host, and it's good. It's another challenge, but I consider important to face my the fears to speak to others, to manage the meeting. A good way for me, especially because I'm a shy person. Uh, I'm not so talkative, but in another language, it's important to push yourself to speak as much as possible, right? And yeah, that's it for now. I'd like to know you, Marcos. Who are you, please?
Hi guys, I'm Marcos. I'm 47 years old. I'm married. I'm a father of two daughters. They are twins, teenagers. We are a family who loves pet too. We always had dogs at home. Uh, the past we had two dash hounds and I don't know the name of the race, the species in English, the one Labrador, but actually we just have a small German Spitz. I live in São Paulo. I was born here, but I lived for 6 years in Brasilia, between 2004 and 2010. Um, I work with technology. Actually, I'm a project manager, but I started my career as a software developer. So I've been studying English for all my professional career, at least, more than a bunch of years. Yesterday, I had to count these years. I told to an interviewer, oh, more than 15 years. And she corrected me, oh, more than 20. Oh, yes, it's a bunch of years. Sometimes I lost myself in this count. And I'm here, as Ayla and probably as all of us, to improve my English skills. As I told you, I've been studying for a long time. For the last 5 or 6 years, I I put I put more energy in listening, reading, and writing, and it was okay. And now I need to improve my conversation, and that's because one of the main reasons is that I wanna to find a job in a company hosted in another country. I wanted to be part of a team who speaks English every day, the entire day. So that's the main reason why I'm here now.
Very good. Thank you,
Thank you.
Marcos. And you, Felipe?
Hello, my name is Philip. I'm 42. I was married, but not anymore. I get divorced 3 years ago. I don't have children. I'm a public servant. I work for the justice in my state, Pernambuco, here in northeast of Brazil. What can I say more? I really like to read, and I'm using reading as a tool to increase my level of English and acquire more vocabulary. I think this is at least for me, the most effective way to be in touch with English and acquire new vocabulary. And of course, I'm here to improve my speaking skills, but I don't have any practical goal to use English. I'm here because I think be able to speak another language is a very beautiful skill to have and to maintain and to develop. Maybe one day I can move to a country that speaks English, but this is not in my near horizon for now. But that's it. I think there are many advantages to improve our English, because English is the only global language of the world, right? The language of science, the language of internet. So we can have some opportunities just because of this ability, right? So that's it.
Nice, so good, Felipe. Okay, I think is it my first time with Marcos?
I think
Felipe,
so.
Yeah, I know we talk in another Imagine. Yeah, I remember. Felipe,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah. Okay, guys, I think we can start answer the question. Today, the topic is about married life versus single life. And I don't know, Marcos, are you married? Felipe, yeah?
I'm married
And
and Felipe is divorced.
okay, okay. So
It
single,
will be an
single.
interesting conversation. And you are married to Wright Island.
Yeah,
Told
I'm
us at the
married.
beginning.
Yeah, I'm married. So I will start with you, Marcos. Please,
Okay.
could you answer the number one?
Okay, the question is, what are the biggest advantages of being married compared to being single? I'll short my answer. For me, the biggest advantage is to have someone to share goals, to share desires, to share dreams, and to some efforts to get that goals done, to realize that dreams. That is the biggest advantage, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think both lifestyle, there are pros and cons. It's normal. In marriage, I think for me, one of the advantage, it's good when there is a emotional support to each other, and you can share responsibility, you can share difficulties in general. And on the other hand, I think being single gives you more freedom, and you can decide, you can make your choice easily, because you don't need to to you don't depend on the other person to decide something. And yeah, I think to be single, it means for me freedom and like more independence. And you, Felipe, what are your opinion?
Yeah, I need to agree with you both, but I'm trying just to add something. Probably have companionship, right? Um, as Marcus said, to have someone that share your goals, right? Uh, yes, is also a kind of antidote to loneliness, right? If this make it's a kind of problem for someone, loneliness. But yeah, to theoretically have connections, to have a partnership for at least the lucky ones that achieve this level of relationship, right? Um, and theoretically, this is to raise children with father and mother uh, together. I think this is, in my opinion, the healthier way to raise children, to form a family, right? To have strong bonds with someone that share your goals, right? This is the advantage, of course, to have the ability, the skill to manage all the difficulties when it comes to a married couple, right? So I think to achieve a good connection and form family and raise children.
Yeah, very good. I agree with you. Okay, Felipe, I'll continue with you. Please, could you read the next? Start to discuss.
Sure. Number two, how does married life affect personal freedom compared to single life? Well, for me, it is very clear that is affect entirely, right? uh, in my view, you choose to get married and have a very strong bond with someone and share your goals and your emotional with someone instead of uh, total autonomy, total freedom, right? You choose this path. So your personal freedom is uh, uh, decreased in my experience a lot, decreased a lot my experience, because you have to ask your partner for everything. You cannot uh, just think egotistical. Uh, how am I going to spend my weekend? Not not just me, right? With my wife, my children. So I want to make a big shift at my job. You have to ask your wife or husband if this fits the family goals, right? You are not free to move to another country, if an opportunity, even a big one, shows a pop-up in front of you, you are not free for this kind of situation. So, in my opinion, in my experience, a married life affects entirely your personal freedom. And this is not speaking in this way sounds like something awful, but it doesn't need to be, right? It doesn't need to be something heavy and terrible. For lots of people are terrible. In my case was, but there are people that was made for a married life, right? And in my opinion, are the lucky ones that find your soulmate and form this kind of bond. This is my view.
I totally agree. I think in marriage, I think your choice of include totally your partner's opinion. You may have less freedom, of course, because I don't know, for example, you can't just to move make of job, or I don't want to live here anymore. I want to move to another city, even to another country. It's not easy because you have a commitment with your partner, and if you decide if you want to stay married, it's necessary to make concessions, and it means less freedom. A single life uh, allows you to make a decision just for yourself so easily. Oh, I want to do it, and I will choose, I will decide, okay, I will do, and I think that is no more so important issues. It, it up it's only to you to decide it. And you, Marcos, what are your opinion?
Ah, I think first, I'm grateful that for me and probably for all of us, actually, being married is a choice. If we go back 50 or 70 years ago, it was not a choice. So considering that I have the, the opportunity to choose being married or being freedom or being single, and I choose to be married with someone, so I don't think about me 100% of the time as an individual alone in the world. Uh, most most of the time, I'm a part of a family. I'm a couple of someone. So there are little space to things I could or I wanna do alone. And that is a choice. That is a choice for me. So uh, I've been married for more than 20 years. If I'm not wrong, we are married for 21 years to now. And in this time, we develop uh, this kind of bond where we we share most of interests, we share most of the hobbies, but we also create a space to respect when someone wants to do something alone. So if my wife has a trip and I'm not part of that trip, it's okay for me. If she wants to go to a restaurant with some friends, with some colleagues, it's okay for me, and that's the same for her. So probably when we started our marriage, the things didn't work this way, but we could develop this bond. Felipe used this word, and I like this bond because it represents all we have to, or probably the most important thing we should develop to have success uh, in a married life. So I gave I give you lots of rounds, but yes, it affects our personal freedom. But being married, I personally see personal freedom different than when I was single. Personal freedom for me now is a different kind of personal freedom when I was single. So I feel myself very affected in my freedom because the marriage.
Okay. So good. So good. I agree what you said about the strong bond when there is it in a marriage. I think it worth to stay married. Yeah. Okay, Marcos. Could you read the next,
Okay.
please?
Number 3, do you think married people are generally happier than single people? Why or why not? If you are a single person who wants to be married, you will feel yourself uh, sad. But if you are single and you wanted to be single, you probably will feel very happy. And I think the same happens to married people. If you are married and you wanted to be married, you probably will feel happy. But if you are married and you wanted to be single for any kind of reason, you probably will feel yourself sad, finding a way to end that relationship. So I used to think about happiness more in a personal acceptance. It depends for me. It depends more on what are your desires, your I think your goals, what you like for your life, what do you want to get for your life, then I state or being single or being married. If you are in the way you want to be, or if you are in the journey of staying that way you probably will feel happy. If you are in an opposite way, you probably will feel yourself awkward, sad. So that's it. No, I think that happiness is
Oh, Marcos frozen.
a concept that is very individual. How the person, I think I'm having a problem with my internet connection. I don't know if you are listening me too yet.
Yeah, now okay.
Okay. So to finish, uh, as I was told, I think that happiness isn't related to being married or being single. It's more related to if you feel yourself in a way that you wanted to be.
Okay. Thank you, Marcos, for sharing. And you, Felipe, what did you think about this question?
I have to agree with Marcus, of course. The concept of be happy is very a broad concept, right? And depends in lots of factors. Probably the most important one is that is if your decisions you made in life fits with yourself, the inner self, right? So yeah, I agree. But generally speaking, and trying to giving a response to this question, I think that single people generally are happier than married people. I don't want to raise polemics. I'm here in minority, right? But as I said, I work in the justice here in my state, and I have opportunity to see lots of data and reports among lots of topics involving society. And this one, I even have the numbers in my head. For example, the average duration of a couple in Brazil is 10 years, right? And we are achieving almost 50% rate of divorce, right? Almost 80% of families are in debt. So many debts of loans, of to buy a car, to buy a house, and of course, being debt is not pleasant for any couple, any family, right? And of course, a budget of a family is much bigger than a budget of a single one, right? So, according all to these numbers, 50% rate of divorce, the average marriage in Brazil lasts 10 years. This, at least for me, indicates that people, generally speaking, are not happy in Brazil. And this is not a data from Brazil. The same happened in the United States and the West in general, for lots of factors: social media, the internet, the impact of many new environments upon the family, right? We use social media all the time. We are using one to increase our skills in English. It's a great opportunity, but at the same time, many people feel that are alone in the crowd. And the same feeling many people claim to feel in the marriage as well. I can speak for myself. In many times, I felt alone being married, because it's a different person, right? Even if we share and have a good and a strong bond and a good relationship, we had dreams, we had other culture, right? We had different parents, and it's not so difficult to think that people have different values too. And this can be a problem or a solution. But to make my answer shorter, in my opinion, generally speaking, single people at least seems to be better than married people, in my opinion.
Okay, very good. So it's it's a polemic, I think, because I don't know. I think maybe married people, it seems usually happier, but for me, I think there is behind it, there is a social pressure, because there is a hard social pressure when that say people should get married, because if they get married, they have a partner to share life, to share dreams, to share goals, and to achieve objective together. So, but I think for me, it makes be a fake, uh, because of course we know there are some couples uh, who are unhappy together, and but they decide to stay in a bad relationship because they don't want to stay alone, so, and because this, I think it's important to think there is a ditado, I don't know, that say it's better to be alone than in a bad companionship. So, and I agree about it, and I think I think we need to pay attention. If you are unhappy in a relationship, maybe it's time to think if there is advantage or or not anymore to stay in a marriage or in another kind of relationship. So I think like Philip said, happiness depends on what are you value more. Uh, if oh, I'm married, but I'm so unhappy. This relationship, it doesn't make sense anymore for me. I don't know, but it could be so uh, bad, so dangerous for both. Uh, yeah, I think life is short, and you need to take care of ourselves and to protect ourselves when you are unhappy, when you don't feel comfortable in a relationship anymore. So yeah, another thing. Okay, I think we can answer one more question. Let me see. Maybe what do you think, guys? What a question would you like to answer? Marcos,
Let me see.
can you choose?
Number 5, how does financial stability differ between married life and single life? That's because we are a group, we are a team of two, but we are a team. There are two can work, two can have an economic life to provide the house. So it's probably strong, more strong than if you are single. Even Philippe said correctly that sometimes if you are married, we have no space to make some financial interesting change, like changing the country, to find a more interesting job. But I think in most of the cases, when we have two making money, two producing, two people thinking together about economics, we probably are in a better situation than we are alone.
Okay, thank you, Marcos. Thank you for sharing. And Felipe?
Yeah, in my opinion, the financial topic is a crucial one for the enjoyment of a couple, right? Of a family. I work almost every day seeing people that are filed for divorce. In most of them raise this kind of issue, financial issues, right? And it's a recent report, a recent statistic that almost 80% of families in Brazil are in debt. So I think this is a very crucial and important thing to be aware in a couple, because raise children is very, very expensive. So you have to use your wage, your salary, not just for yourself, but for the comfort of your family, for the security of your family, and the pleasure of your family. But from morning to night, we are bombarded by propaganda and advertisements to purchase all the time, to buy things that we don't need, right? To impress people that we don't care. So we are a little bit programmed to overcome our budget, to surpass our salary in our purchase, monthly purchase. So this is one crucial topic to be aware, primarily if we are married, and even more if we have children, right? And a single person like myself nowadays, I already have stability, financial stability, because I'm a public servant. I work for the justice for about 15 years, right? And to me nowadays it's easier to control my expenses because uh, I'm not a consumerist person, but I have my car, I have my apartment. I quit I quit my loan with my bank. I have my car too, and I like to do at least once a year a big travel around Brazil, around other parts of other countries. So I try to save monthly the money to spend in my vacation period. So to me, it's easier. I don't have children. I don't have a wife anymore. So it's just me and my wage, me and my salary to control my debts and to pursue my goals. That's it.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. And I would like to know, guys, how was the conversation for you about this topic? What do you think about it, Marcos?
It was a fine conversation to hear different opinions, different point of views is always interesting because we can learn. I learned a new word, but more than this, I learned different point of views about life, and this has no value. But before I finish, I have a close friend, Felipe, who has recently divorced. We were talking this week, if I'm not wrong, about his life, and he said me, "Oh man, I don't know, but I feel I miss my time of married because being single is very expensive. When I have to go out to have a car, to rent a car, to travel at the weekend with some person, when I have to go to a restaurant, it's very expensive, more than it was when I was married. But that is only his case. Probably you don't face this situation, but I remember, and I wanted to share this as more as a funny fact than a tip or a lesson.
Great.
Thank you, Marcos. So welcome back, guys. How was the conversation? How did the conversation for you, Diogo?
It's nice. Today now I'm driving and I will try to do the immersion driving. But for me, it's very difficult to pay attention in traffic and to think about in English. But for nice for me, and I apologize for my friends if I didn't got understand me.
Oh, okay. Even though I'd like to thank you for coming, uh, and it was a good opportunity to. I hope that it was a good opportunity to you to practice to enjoy this moment. Thank you, Diogo. And you,
Okay, thank
Iago.
you.
Yes, it was great. It's a good topic to talk about it. It was for me, it was a little bit easier to talk about this topic. And I think that Diogo is a great at multitasking because he was talking a lot with us and paying attention in the traffic. Yes, it was great.
Okay, thank you. And you, Vanessa, how was the conversation for you?
The conversation for me was very good because sometimes these words about marriage, about living with other people, it's very complicated for me. And after this conversation, I remember a lot of words, and my vocabulary was so good. And sometimes me and Mary talk about stock markets because I'm working with the trade, finance, and investments. And in final conversation, we talk about finances and home. For example, me and my husband, Mary and her husband too. And we talked about financial investments, day trading, to grow the finances and home. For me, it's very nice. I learned a lot today.
Oh, very good. Congratulations for this. And you, Yasmin, how was the conversation for you?
I love this conversation. The subject was really good. I think I never was talking about this in English, so it was really good. And I agree with Iago. Diogo really did well. He talked a lot driving his car and was completely understandable. It was really nice. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And Mary, how was the
For
conversation for
me,
you?
it's a good conversation. Vanessa heard that I say goodbye, my hands closed about this financial. I don't up my hand for buy so many things. I don't have a customer, but so very interesting. This subject is so very important about this marriage and single. It have a so big difference because I'm single. I have proposed different in my life. In now I'm married and have different proposed too. It's so very nice, so very interesting. In this point, principal point for me is dialogue with my husband, and these situations strong this relationship.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you all, guys. It was a pleasure to welcome you all. And unfortunately, our time is over. And I put the link of survey, and if you could, please, I ask you to answer and to let some suggestions, some opinion. It's totally anonymous, okay? And I hope to see in another opportunity. And bye bye. See you. Take care.
Thank you so
Bye,
Bye.
much,
guys.
Ella.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.